How you doing? Uh, I am wearing a hat because my hair is not cooperating with me today. So this hat is mine. I made it. Today we are discussing um Barbara Bush and the two opinions that people seem to have on her death. Not exactly her death per se, but to what should you feel about her death? Like, also other stuff. Like, I always ramble on about other things, but the main topic today is Barbara Bush, the death, and what the left thinks of her, the right thinks of her, and the middle ground. Right, like there's people on the left that are feminists, including ranting feminists, which is one of my favorite YouTube and Twitter personalities. She's cool. She has a interesting way of looking at things, and she's an Aussie. She's an Aussie, and I like and sorry for the awful accent that I made, and I like accents. I don't know why I have weird. I like different accents and different cultures, and I like intermingling with them. So, uh, let's go with the the. I am of the opinion. I made a video like when she died, the night she died, uh, basically saying I don't like her, but I respect that she chose to die. That sounds weird. Not like I wanted her to die. I mean that her her life care wasn't going to be like her life quality wasn't going to be good. It was going to be very touch and go, and she didn't feel like there was any point in going on. She just wanted to be comfortable and pass away among her family. I respect people that instead of like fighting and clinging on to something that is like impossible, like instead of getting your ducks in a row and just saying goodbye and enjoying your last moments, you fight against the impossible. You can't stop death unless you're Dick Cheney, but Dick Cheney has so much to owe, he doesn't want to die. um the opinions are Barbara Bush was a horrible human being. Good, not like good she's dead, but I'm not going to feel sorry that she's dead. Some people probably say good that she's dead, but I'm going with the level-headed crowds. Um, that she died, whoop-de-doo, and there's the people that are leftists and say, well, I may not have agreed with her, kind of like me, but a little different, because they floss poetics with her. She was a great mother, and she was this, and she was that, and she was all these great, awesome things, and I like her all of a sudden because she's dead. Like that. And I'm like, okay, I understand that position. I honestly think if you have opinions on something, express them. I will sometimes talk too much and opinionate on things that I shouldn't opinionate on, and I know that. Like, I think Joy Reid got in trouble because let's see if I can find Joy Reid tweet if she kept it on. She's a correspondent and a news person. She got in trouble because she basically said, "Yeah, she's cool." Not like that, but Uh, yeah, I'm typing terribly. I'm sorry if you can hear that super loud. Again, I don't have the equipment to keep it like away from the like that, and I can sit better. That I don't, can't see my double neck. uh, okay, yeah, here we go. She shit. Here we go. She okay. Whatever disagreements one might have with the Bushes, there was more dignified version of the Republican Party. It's hard to imagine them supporting the infiltration of torch-bearing neo-Nazis and nativists under their watch, let alone the myriad of Trumpian sex scandals. Okay. She's saying, basically, I think my hair will be fine now. She's saying, basically, that what a lot of people, never mind. What a lot of people are saying now that pisses me off. Oh, Bush was better compared to Trump, and oh my god, what is wrong with my eye? Bush was better compared to Trump because, I just noticed I have, like, this gook in my eye, and it's not, like, it's not, yeah, it's oil. What the hell? It didn't hurt. So usually when you have something in your eye, it hurts, but no, it didn't hurt, so it was confusing why I was seeing blurry. Anyway, like what she was saying, basically, was, what people are saying, like, the billboard somebody put up, "Yeah, bet you miss me now, George Bush." No, I don't miss you. You were a horrible piece of shit that caused torture, that allowed torture to happen. You opened up, like, these camps, these places, racism populated in his reign. Republicans were never good. Trump isn't the exception. He is not the problem. He is a symptom. The Republican Party is the issue. The Republican Party race baits and wants the racists on their side to vote for them. That isn't... This didn't come out of nowhere. Ronald Reagan used the whole welfare queen bullshit. Like... Racism in the Republican Party isn't new, and somebody who's a journalist should know that. Of course, this is her her giving condolences. You shouldn't go attack her, but like people did attack her. It's like somebody. So remember, Mrs. Bush thought Katrina refugees were better off living in an Astrodome shelter because they were poor anyway. It works quite well for them. And then somebody else said, like the Iraq War, yeah, legality written all over it. People didn't like what she said, and I understand that. But again, and there's people that think that, like, you shouldn't give people a pass because they die. Like Pixelated Boat on Twitter, he's like a funny, like, account this shit posts and shit. He made a joke about Barbara Bush. It wasn't favorable, like, it wasn't a nice joke. And people started to be like, why are you making these terrible jokes about a person that just died? And he's like, just because somebody died doesn't erase what they did in life. And you shouldn't be all fake, like, sympathetic to somebody even though you hated them in life. That's kind of hypocritical. And I agree, it is hypocritical. And I don't have any sympathies towards her because, the only thing that made me feel a little sad about her death was that it reminded me of my great-grandparents and how they passed away. And, my great-grandma passed away first, and then my great-grandfather passed away, like, a few months later. So, stuff like that, like, that's what it brought up to me, and I just felt sentimental, so that's why I gave a drink to Barbara Bush. Also because she went out drinking bourbon and chatting with her family. That is fucking awesome. Like, credit what is due when it's due, right? The other side, the nice side, and then not the nice side. The problem is that there's this fake, like, oh, I care about them now, and everything seems so much better now because Trump is better. No! That family, the Bush family, is a problem. They were not saints. They were beyond not saints. They were there to destabilize and hurt the middle class and poor people. let's not, can we not, just because somebody died, just because Trump is awful, can we not? Speaking of Trump, Trump isn't going to her funeral. What a surprise, because they don't like him. They don't like his ass. Like, who the fuck does? But Barack Hussein Obama is, because I love saying his middle name just to piss off the racist Muslim people, even though Barack Obama was not Muslim, but they like to equate him with that. So, yeah, it's hilarious that Bill Clinton and Barack Obama are going to the Bush family to give their condolences, and Trump isn't. And he's a Republican, and the other two are Democrats. So, there's like a schism there, right? There has to be a schism in between that type of Republican and whatever the fuck Trump is. Like, there are, like, people are saying, well, the Trump era, like, the Bush era was, like, a little better because there was, like, lots of lies and deceit. Basically, because Bush was just a lying sack of shit and would hide all his crimes. Basically. So, yeah. No. I ain't falling for that shit. Sorry, Joey. And I wrote something to her, but I deleted it immediately, because why the fuck fight with that? There are hills to die on, people, and that isn't a hill to die on. Now, feminist frequency, ranting feminist, not feminist frequency. I hope I didn't say that before. Ranting feminist, Claudia Brown is where, like, her name, and her channel, I think, is called Ranting Feminist on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and right now she's called Ranting Posadist. She keeps changing her name to make it silly. She commented on the Women's March Twitter, where they said, "Rest in peace and power, Barbara Bush," and I see a lot of people yelling at the Women's March about that. But feminists have different views on what women should we emulate, and should we celebrate all women, even bad women, because they got credited or they did something good, or good in the sense that put our name out there as women. And Claudia is like in the same thought bubble as Madonna. It's kinda, because Madonna likes to reinvent history, or likes to say that she likes women that... Sorry that I look like I'm shaking. Sometimes I shake my leg, and I don't know why. Not reinvent history, but let's take what's her stupid name? Wallis Simpson. The divorcee that married King Edward of England. And everybody has a negative opinion of her for good reason, because she was a Nazi sympathizer, but most of the reasons they hate her are because she was a divorcee. And that's scandalous. But I hate her because she's a Nazi sympathizer, and she was kind of a bad, selfish person. But Madonna likes to say that, no, she wasn't a Nazi sympathizer. People making shit up about her. Documented. It's true. She is. If you like her, if you think she was a positive image and woman, dumb, then that's you. But don't change her story. Like, Madonna likes controversial figures in history, female figures in history, and likes to say that, no, that she was misunderstood, basically. Ranting Feminist said, why don't you consider Women's March all that feminists? Gee, I wonder, is it even no true Scotsman's fallacy when they will literally celebrate anyone regardless of her politics? Fuck off. Basically, she's saying, let them celebrate Barbara for her accomplishment. Whatever. Sorry, I'm trying to look up something. So, I agree that if you want to celebrate her, conservative or not, go ahead. I personally don't want to. So yeah, like, so she said that, and then she put a picture of Margaret Thatcher saying, "Girl power." I also don't like Margaret Thatcher, but she was the first female prime minister, or woman prime minister, which is an accomplishment. She wasn't a good person. I think they tried to, like, the IRA. IRA is the Irish Republican something or other. Tried to kill her, but I think that was for different. It has nothing to do with anything. They just wanted to kill British Parliament people. Rest in peace, Barbara Bush. I'm sorry, I'm reading other people's shit. But yeah, about that, I think that everybody should be able to express what they want to express. I'm basically right in the middle, in the sense that I don't like her, but if people like her, go ahead. I mean, whatever. But also don't make up stories that she was a good person. She wasn't. Also, why is she only remembered as mother and wife? That annoys me. Yeah, I'm a feminist, so reducing us to, like, those stupid traditional roles pisses me off. And I know, like, it's a taboo to talk about feminism on YouTube, but I don't care. I'll talk about it once in a while. But what else was I going to talk about? Did I say, like, there was Rudy Giuliani joining Trump, even though I think he's part of the investigation in the sense that Trump is and he are indicted or under investigation at the same time. So they're saying that is also, fuck, what the hell is that word? Obstruction of justice. Let's go back to Trump. Trump, this 3 successive tweets that had nothing to do with each other, whatsoever. But the only one that is of any consequence to me is, so General Flynn, Michael Flynn. Michael Flynn is the first guy that they caught in the probe, because he's the most obvious, and fuck me if Jesus Christ. Can be totally destroyed while shady James Comey can leak and lie and make lots of money from a third-rate book that should never have been written. Is that the way life is in a man supposed to work? I don't think so. Oh, the rich man has finally learned that life doesn't go the way he wants it to. Boo! Poor baby! Like, Jesus Christ, man. Grow up. And the day before, he wrote, James Comey's memo is just out to show clear that there was no collusion, no obstruction. Also, he leaked classified information. Wow! Will the witch hunt continue? Those are so stupid. I don't know how much time, how much more that they have to fucking let that idiot being charged of anything. He's too stupid to live. He's too stupid. I don't mean to kill him, but he's too stupid for anything. He thinks life is easy. He thinks that everything should go his way because he's in charge and he's rich. and he's male. He thinks that it's yeah, it's fine now. He thinks that yeah, there we go. He thinks that like everything should end when he says it, because he thinks that, I think he has a child mentality that he thinks just because I'm president means I control everything. He controls nothing. Like, he is the president of the United States and he's in charge of every part of the government, but he's not really 100%. He shouldn't be 100% in control, and the fact that he became president and learned this afterwards, yet they keep saying that Barack Obama was never qualified to be president and Hillary Clinton was never qualified to be president, where they actually served office and they were not fucking morons like this idiot, is depressing. Just like that he has become president and we're in an actual decadent era. Decadence, as the alt-right likes to use on everything that they don't like, but the real definition of the word decadence. So yeah, my to sum it all up, this is gonna be a short one for me, because usually these last for like a half an hour or more. Barbara Bush was a person. She was she a human life was lost. That is important to talk about. And if you want to grieve it. I have no problem with grieving the loss of a life, even if they're not good. Also, let people express what they want to express, but at the same time, don't fucking flower shit up. Don't rose tint shit. Talk like for reals. Don't talk for like propaganda shit. Dude, like, you're not helping, and lying to yourself that the Bush administration was good compared to Trump is bullshit. It's like, are you gonna say Stalin's rule was better than Hitler? Because now let me use the same people. Gorbachev or is it Gorbachev? What was the name of the asshole that was here in the 60s? Gorbachev? No, Gorbachev is the 80s. Fuck, I forgot the name of the guy that visited us. It's like in the 60s. But it's like saying that Stalin was better because he was better at lying, propagandizing. Because Stalin was very good at that. Then Khrushchev? Is it Khrushchev? Khrushchev? Fucking Russian names. It's like saying that like, oh, Ebola is less bad than this flesh-eating virus that we have in Australia and most parts of the world that I forget the name of. It's like a herpes, not actual herpes, but you know what they call cold sores and shit. That it's called herpes something da 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 da. It's Ebola's better because it doesn't like fuck up your skin. No, it makes you bleed out and die. Bush wasn't better. He was just a better liar. He was a better guy at pretending that the world was running as it should. He wasn't. The world wasn't running as it should. People were getting fucked over because of him. So, stop sugarcoating shit. Stop it. Talk like it is. If you want to say that you like the lady, you like the lady. And she was funny in the last part of her life because Jeb ran for president, if you remember, Mr. Please Clap. Jebediah Bush, as I like to call him, ran for president, and they asked her, "Do you think he should run, or do you think he should win?" And she's like, "I think there's too many Bushes in the White House." So she wasn't really in keen with the idea that her son should be president. So I'm like, everybody else was like, "Yeah, fuck it, no, I don't want that piece of shit to be president either." And man, was Jeb a misogynist. Like, even with his mom, he was a misogynist. What the hell happened there, lady, with your kids? Also today is the anniversary of Columbine and 420, which is the pot holiday. People like pot holidays, I guess. Marijuana, devil's tobacco, or whatever the fuck it's called, all that shit. That apparently it's becoming more and more legal, but there's a separate issue that I've like discussed about the whole. It's becoming more legal when white people like have become like more like, yeah, I want pot. But black people use it, they're still demonized and put into jail, and like the whole thing in the New Year's celebration in CNN, they smoked pot and it was white people, so it was okay. And then there's people in jail for years, 30 years plus, because they smoke pot. So there's that discussion. Like there's always some like thin veneer of racism like interjected in issues. Like, I wonder if we'll ever learn as a country to stop with the fucking like racism. To like, if white people would just shut the fuck up when we point it out. But when we point it out, they fight back and says, "We're not racist. We're not racist. Stop calling us racist, please, Jesus Christ. We're not racist. Why are you still talking about this? Slavery was 150 years ago." The same fucking people that have those stupid stars and bars flags. Yeah, Civil War is 100. Lost it, so can we just, like, burn that flag or something? No, heritage! So why can't we talk about slavery and racism that the slavery propagated and it's still around? Because! Shut up! Look over there! I don't want to talk about any of this. Please leave me alone. Basically, that's my interpretation of speaking to somebody. And I guess I have learned to be less and less, judgmental at, like, very progressive things, like safe spaces. I never had a problem with safe spaces at all. I just didn't understand the concept of it, and all I heard was people whining about it. And I kinda almost went on the side of the whole, "Why do we need safe places?" bullshit. Luckily, I never did. And I will also like to address that later, like in another video more in depth, how fucking easy the right wing, like, infects your life, and you believe them because they're there speaking their crap, while you can't, like, where the left wing can barely speak. Or when they speak, they're thrown down and said you're against freedom of speech. It's just, there's so much shit that I want to get into with this channel. Hopefully, I can get the money to get a better computer, so I can do this with XSplit and do it better, and show you clips and show you video and audio and have a better setup. Because politics is my life. I like politics. Politics is everybody's life, but a lot of people don't like talking. This is why I started this channel, too, because I can't speak about, like, political shit with people in real life, because, one, they either don't want to talk about it, and they just move on to something else, or when they talk about it, they talk. Like, the dynamic is so toxic now because of Trump. Idiots like Jordan Peterson are allowed to speak their crap, and a lot of other idiots are allowed to speak their shit. And And I'm trying to turn on my computer again, and it's just, you heard that, and it's crap. In my opinion, it's crap. That they get to speak freely without a challenge, and when they do get challenged, it's attack on freedom of speech, or it's just liberal media bias. When there's no such thing as liberal media, and I want to talk about that later in another video about the Sinclair group, and I also want to talk about Spanish TV and how propaganda, right-wing propaganda that hurts Spanish people, it's being propagated through Telemundo and Univision. Mostly Univision. Univision has always been right-wing, super right-wing. Hi, person, and I would like to discuss that in depth later. It's been, like, it's super right-wing. It has this weird, like, oh no, we're progressive. We're totally progressive. And then they have these very homophobic things. The gay guys can't be open about their gayness. Like, they are gay, but they're like the stereotype gay, and they can make fun of that, but they can't talk about their love life. They can't do, like, there's like a lot of weird old Hollywood, like, blacklisting in Univision. Like, they blacklist you, they don't mention you on that channel, you don't exist on that channel anymore, which is stupid, because there's other Spanish channels that speak about that, and Telemundo, at one point, kept bringing that shit up. So, it's stupid to have that kind of, like, mentality in the modern age, that, like, social media, other channels exist. You can't hide that shit, but they still have those practices. Like, again, I want to keep talking about Univision at another time. Univision and Telemundo, because they're part of the Sinclair group, and sometimes it talks that right-wing crap. Like, for fuck's sake, people. My people, my Puerto Rican peeps, my Hispanics, stop acting like you're white. They don't think you're white. You may look white, but you ain't white. You're never gonna fit in. To them, you're just somebody who crossed the border. Even if you came here on a plane, even if you're part of the U.S. like Puerto Rico is, like, the racist motherfuckers are never gonna see you as an equal. So stop pretending to be like them. Stop pandering to them. And start caring about your own people who need help. And care about other people, too. I'm not saying just center around, like, Hispanic people and that's it. But stop acting like you're some fucking right-wing conservative, like, white dude that could get away with everything. They only want you in their team so they can say, see, we're not being racist because they're on our... want those brown people coming into our country. So, yeah, it's a game they've been playing for centuries. Decades, I should say, in the political scape, but centuries, really. Stop, my fellow Hispanic Americans. Stop it. Stop fighting. Like, stop eating each other. I know it's like a very, very small group of idiots, but those small group of idiots are put on TV specifically to make it look like all of us are fucking idiots. We're not. Let's stop this. Please. And I went overboard. And I went over the 30 minutes. So it wasn't as short as I thought I was gonna say, like, 20 minutes ago. So, this time, for reals, I will go. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what other topics you like. I would like to also, like, have people talk to me, because I want this to be more of a discussion type thing. Like, other people say shit and I respond. I don't really know people, like, on the tubes, and my setup is so shitty that the Google Hangouts don't work for me for some reason. Like, at least with one of my friends, I couldn't I couldn't Google Hangout. I couldn't Google Hangout. So when I figure out that problem, maybe I'll have someone else on with me, and we can have like an NPR, almost like political discussion here about different viewpoints. Thank you again. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to. Leave a comment if you just want to leave a comment. You can call me stupid, gay, whatever the tubes likes to say. But you know, it's up to you. Thank you. This is Moomoof, and this was my private corner. Yeah, I forgot the name of my own channel, but this was my private corner discussing my issues and what encompasses us. I promise, and I promise this will get more cohesive and more damn it, I don't know why this keeps sticking out like that. More cohesive and more like more ordered, more makes more sense, and it'll have more segments, and you know, like a real fucking show, right? I promise to you that I was gonna use the mouse to turn off my phone. I'm so smart. So I promise you in the future that this will get better, because I love this. I love interacting with people. I love putting my thoughts out there, and I would also like to make this channel about learning, like my learning, in which in turn will make other people learn how different political stuff, different historical things, socio stuff like that. You know, learning is important, and we need to keep learning. We can't just stop learning after we high school, or for some of us, or college for other us, or elementary school. Some people don't go to high school or college, and that's nothing to laugh about, and that's nothing to judge people for. Sometimes circumstances do that to people. It's not, most of the circumstances financial. It's not everybody, it's not their fault most of the time what happens to them. And I also would like to somehow make YouTube like the political scape less toxic. I don't know how, but I would like to. So again, I kept rambling. Sorry. Bye. This time I mean it. Bye. Bye. If I can press the fucking button, press the stupid button, you stupid woman. Bye.